Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NFC Championship game. It's the Seattle Seahawks visiting Lambeau Field, Green Bay Packers. Crosby, let's play the NFC Championship game. As I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Eric. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Let's go get the game underway.
And that's what we just did on the opening kickoff. And here comes the big man, Russell Wilson, who, Eric, led this team to a win over the 49ers with the 35-28 victory over the number 1 seed, San Francisco 49ers, last week. So 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for Russell Wilson. This crowd is hyped up. Handoff to Penny. Ball comes out right away. And it's Packers touchdown. What a start, Green Bay. That is huge. And a booth review. And I think he is down, Eric. What do you think?
I think so too, Matt.
As you see that right knee down, we're going to get the call. And we will see if this touchdown stands as a touchdown or not. It is not a touchdown. And it's Green Bay who will have to give the football back to Seattle. So the call on the field reversed, and that is big now for Seattle and Russell Wilson. And Eric, that changes the whole complex of this drive now for Seattle. Handoff, it's Carson up the middle. Gain of 6 as Carson was not involved in that run. And it brings up 3rd down and inches for Seattle at the 35-yard line. And Eric, what is going to happen here on 3rd down and inches? Here's the snap. Pass is quickly thrown. And a 1st down for Russell Wilson to the tight end. Van Knee. Big 1st down for Seattle. And Eric, we talked about this in the NFC divisional round against the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. The Packers having the home field advantage here, playing in a stadium that would have been loud as well in Seattle. As you see Chris Carson again, Seattle is used to the loud stadiums. Playing, obviously, Eric, in Seattle, one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL, along with New Orleans and here in Green Bay. This is going to be a big game for both of these teams. Here's 2nd down.
The Packers getting a break as this one. Carson in for a touchdown. Seattle leads 6-0. And going
Eric,
back to what I was saying before, Matt, this Packers team gets 2 breaks, 2 rounds in a row versus Seattle at the loud stadium. And the Saints getting a big break, not having to play there away, but playing in their home ballpark. And that's not helping too much as they're down 7-0.
Well, Eric, that going back to the turnover, the potential turnover that was ruled down, reviewed on the booth review. That was a big play, and here's one big play now for the Green Bay Packers. Down to the 39-yard line. And now, Eric, it's Aaron Rodgers' time to shine.
It is, and he's going to shine. He's going to shine big. Down 7, a minute 48 to play in this 1st quarter. As Rodgers hands it off to Jones, and he will get a big run across the 45 to the 48-yard line. A gain of 8.
Well, those of you that know Jadeveon Clowney's with this Seahawks team, he was injured in the NFC divisional round and will not be in the starting lineup here tonight for the for the Seattle Seahawks. That's a break for Seattle, and that's a big run for Green Bay. Aaron Jones. Big run for the Green Bay Packers. And it's 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's pressure. There's Davante Adams, who, Eric, we saw him a lot in that game against the New Orleans Saints in the divisional round. Do we see the same amount of action this week from Aaron Rodgers?
And Aaron Jones, Matthew, having a lot of runs. But going back to your point about Davante Adams getting the football a lot. 3rd down, where was Rodgers looking to? He was looking to Davante Adams. And I think he'll do the same thing in this football game. Rely heavily on the run game and Davante Adams in the pass game.
Well, Eric, that could be the thing for the Seahawks defense. You gotta play smart on Adams, but you also cannot just bid on the run. As Adams on one-on-one coverage. He's got a beat. Pass Adams. Ball is out. And it's picked up Griffin. Down to the 11. Shaquem Griffin. Adams was hit hard. The ball came out. Here's another look. And he was pummeled down by the Seahawks defense. There is no booth review, so the call on the field stands. As remember, every turnover gets reviewed by the NFL. Down to the 14-yard line for Chris Carson. And Eric, that is a turnover that is not overturned by this refereeing crew. That's huge for the Seahawks coming into this game.
It is, and that's a big play that they get. And that one is incomplete. Wilson just missed Carson, and it brings us to 3rd down.
And I don't know, Eric, if that ball was tipped or not, but you look down the field, you have no help back there with DK Metcalf down the field, caught at the 35-yard line, 50 yards for the man who's 6'4" and can grab any football that's thrown to him, Eric. That's a big 1st down for Seattle.
It is, and that helped a lot. As Wilson, under pressure, gets this one off. And it is making some moves all the way across the 15 to the 10-yard line. 13 yards after the catch.
As they are now, Eric, in the red zone on 1st and 10. At the 10. So here we go. Wilson throws. Metcalf sliding grab. Touchdown. Seattle. 14-0 Seahawks. And they are off to a great start, Eric, as they are trying to punch their ticket to Miami. As flags are down, so this one is on the Green Bay Packers. And this one will just be declined, most likely, as it is. So, Eric, if you're Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, you've got to get a big play here, knowing you get the football to start the second half. You need to score on this drive. Take some time off. You have 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning in your favor right now, in which that's an extra timeout for you, Eric.
It is, and that plays a big part in this game and of how they're going to play this football game, Matt.
Well, I do not know what that one was, but, yeah. So this game will continue. Sorry about the interruption. Don't know at all what that was. As Aaron Jones gets a 1st down to the 36-yard line for the Green Bay Packers. As the technical difficulties there. There's a big hit by Wagner, and there, Eric, is that timeout for the Green Bay Packers, in which the 2-minute warning comes with 1:58 to go.
It was, and that was a big thing, helping this Packers offense staying in the game, but not keeping them. Forget it.
Here is Adams. 2-on-2 coverage, wide open. And that is a huge play by Aaron Rodgers, recognizing it was double coverage on Davante Adams up the sidelines. And Eric, that is going to be a big part as well for this game. For Aaron Rodgers, got to recognize the double coverage on Davante Adams, which we will most likely see all game long. 2nd down and 8, bidding handoff was Seattle. Here's a run, Jones sheds a few tackles, now gets it to the 23-yard line. And again, Aaron Jones with a big run game early in this half.
It was, and that's going to play a big factor on how they play this game. As Allison in motion, and it's a run by Jones. Takes us across the 20-yard line. Across the 5. Down to the 5-yard line.
Down to the 5-yard line is correct. So, 1st and goal.
Adams in motion, moving over a little bit. Jones fumbles the football again, as this one gets into Seattle's hands at the 2-yard line.
So Aaron Jones this time now with a fumble, and this one another one, and this one, that's a big turnover, Eric, for Seattle, as it goes into the hands of the Seattle Seahawks from the 2. Wilson has to get rid of it. Safety, Green Bay.
Zadarius Smith.
The Green Bay Packers played it perfectly for the Seattle Seahawks. And that, remember, the time is going to run. So Davis needs to get down. 4 seconds left, but Eric, remember, who's got the football in his hands?
Aaron freaking Rodgers. And that's going to play a big factor on how they play this game and how they play it.
So 1st and 10, Rodgers. Most likely the Seahawks will bring pressure off the edge. Here's Rodgers, pressure. Breaks one, now launches, end zone pass! Intercepted, Seattle! Griffin's got his 2nd turnover of the day. One of them was a fumble, this one a pick. And that is the 3rd Green Bay turnover of the afternoon here in Lambeau Field.
And that's the difference in this game. And if they didn't have 3 turnovers and then they had 3 touchdowns instead, it would be a whole different ball game. Green Bay getting the ball, and it would be 23-14.
And that is correct, Eric. So, here comes the Seahawks defense out, who's done a pretty good job keeping Green Bay out of the end zone and has done a great job holding Davante Adams. They've struggled a little bit with Aaron Jones. That time played him perfectly, as he'll only get a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Rodgers, another handoff. Jones wrapped up at the 31-yard line. Gain of 1. And it's 3rd down and 7 for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. And Eric, you hear the crowd now a lot quieter on this play than what they usually are.
They are, as they want to keep the offense at work. And this one is caught, but not enough for the 1st down. Take it to the 34-yard line. 4th and 4.
So, Eric, we will see what we thought we'd see, and that is Aaron Rodgers go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, he's staying on the field, having trust in his offense, and if he doesn't get it, there's a lot of trust in that defense, as he will get it. To Jimmy Graham! Across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
Empty backfield for Rodgers on first down. Rodgers is going to run himself. And Eric, that was a interesting call there.
Trying to catch that defense off guard.
And it definitely got Seattle napping. So we've seen a lot more on the ground than in the air. This pass to Adams, who's already got a few receptions. One of the receptions of which were going into the hands of the Seattle Seahawks as it was a fumble recovery. This one back in the direction of Davante Adams. It will go over his head and bring up second down and 10. So 2nd and 10, Aaron Jones back in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. This time Jones is wrapped up at the 47-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 10 for Seattle. So the Seahawks defense now trying to get something going and keep Green Bay out of the red zone and in the end zone. They need a big play. Do they look in the direction of Davante Adams, number 17? Coverage down goes Rodgers. It's Marsh. A loss of 8 on the play. And if you're Green Bay, do you even think about the fake here, Eric?
You don't. You try and pin them deep in the end zone. Try and get another one of those great safeties, Matt.
That's exactly what they tried. It didn't work. To the 26-yard line. So Green Bay failing to score any type of offensive points here in this first half. Now in the 3rd quarter, Wilson being pressured. Wilson's got to do something. Just throws it in the middle of the field. Nobody was open for the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. 2nd down and 10 for Seattle. And remember, one-on-one coverage with DK Metcalf. Down the middle of the field, Metcalf. Pass is picked off. A big interception by the Seahawks into the hands of Williams, who had 2 interceptions in the game against the New Orleans Saints. And Eric, the turnovers now again biting these teams in the butt.
Is playing a big factor. Davante Adams for a 10-yard gain. As this one will wind out the 3rd quarter. 14-2. Seattle on top.
Well, Eric, that is correct, as we will now see Jamal Williams come into the game. His first play on the field. It will be a run, and Williams is literally chopped at the knees by KJ Wright. And that was a big play, Eric. As we will now, the different kind of offenses we have been seeing.
We are, and this one, it will be a handoff to Dexter
and
Williams. We'll lost
nowhere. Sorry, Eric. Nowhere to go. 3rd down and 12. Where does Rodgers go?
Davante
Adams!
First down and more in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
39 yards. And if you're the Green Bay Packers, you gotta play defense on the Seattle Seahawks. Kick is good. 14-9. Seattle with the lead. Eric, Green Bay's got to play defense.
They do, and if they do not, this game will be over.
Here is Tyler Lockett, slows it down. Now makes some moves, gets to the 29-yard line of Seattle. 28 yards average return for
and Matthew,
Tyler Lockett.
We're going to tell you what's at stake for this game. the winner will move on to face either the Texans or the Titans in the Super Bowl. What a game. And the winner will go to the Super Bowl as the NFC champions and will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
And that's exactly correct, Eric. So 1st and 10. Wilson with a handoff to Chris Carson. Maybe moved a little too early. Gets down, 2nd down and 9 for Seattle. Clock winding down for Wilson. He'll give the handoff to Penny. Penny will shed some tackles now. Will give a timeout to Green Bay. And it's 3rd down and 7 for the Green Bay Packers. Here's a handoff. It's Penny. And he is wrapped up. Down to the 2-minute warning. So 4th down and 7. And Seattle will indeed punt it away. It's Dixon. High sky punt. Into the back of the end zone. A touchback for Seattle. So, Eric, is it miracle time for the Hail Mary King, Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers offense?
It can be, but he has 155 to do it. We'll find out right here, right now. Let's start it. This one is a run by Jones, stuffed up. And it will be a gain of 7 on the play. With the clock winding down to 1:30. 2nd and 3, and 1st down.
Pass caught by Jimmy Graham, who made the play. 1st and 10 for Rodgers. 1 minute on the clock. Pass, Graham, out of bounds near the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 6.
A minute left to play. It's crunch time. Can he come in clutch? The big question on everyone's mind.
And there's a run for Aaron Jones. Now, Eric, remember, a field goal does nothing. You need a touchdown if you're Rodgers. Pass, caught, Graham. Timeout, Green Bay. With only 1 timeout remaining for the Packers. And Eric, if you're Green Bay, do you try and go deep here on 1st down?
Well, I think you try and stay neutral because you don't know what they're going to be showing. They're showing blitz. And it's Jimmy Graham all the way to the 24-yard line.
And
what a catch and run.
And Green Bay forcing to call a timeout. So from the 24-yard line, here we go. Game on the line. 12 seconds left. No timeouts. They've got to go end zone. Rodgers steps out. And this, indeed, the final play of the day in Green Bay. Unless a penalty flag goes down. Aaron Rodgers. Pass. Adams. The Packers are going to the Super Bowl.
What
the
a
Packers
play.
are going on to the Super Bowl. What a comeback.
The last play of the game. Oh my. 16 points unanswered. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time for the Texans and the Titans, the AFC Championship. So long. The Packers are moving on to the Super Bowl. So long.